Fiona, great damage support, can fit any team. She brings new skill combination mechanism. Fiona brings something new to the combat, and right now even CN don't have a second character like this. She will be the future proof for long term. All comps should pull for Fiona if you want really upgrade your team. All who spend for A6 lane, like me, what do we do now? Do we pull or skip? She can be off-field DPS and actually really solid. Alternate team is not recommended for free-to-play. She needs a lot investments to be good. If someone told you she can be good at A0 or A1, no, you really want A6 Fiona if you want main DPS. Not much, but she will be still behind other elements. Lyn will be replaced if you go in for element team or rainbow. You can still play Lyn and Fiona and your best element unit, but that's not the best comp if you care about the damage. For main Benediction enjoyers, she is a must for you. I will explain during the video why she is good to you, especially Fiona Matrices. Fiona's skill is just an AoE attack and has 30 seconds cooldown. We can change the cooldown depends what sub-skill we choose. This is just the showcase skill alone, and the skill has a very important passive, scattering technique. This is where the real beauty of Fiona is. When you go to the Fiona's weapon, top right click, there is a skill configuration icon. Slot 1. You can call sub-skill 1 will be combined always with the main skill. What does this mean? You will always cast the main skill plus skill 1 together, and thanks to the passive, main skill cooldown will be replaced with the skill of your choice, so it's good to choose the right skill, depends on your team, and main skill plus sub skill can only be cast when Fiona is on the field. Second slot, skill 2, brings new button and it's just the sub skill alone, no need for Fiona on the field. You can switch weapons and cast anytime. This is the game changer. You can really have many combinations and choose many playstyle you want. That's why you really want Fiona in your team. Hydro Focus, generally used for DPS team plus buff, can be used for any element team, 14 seconds cooldown. Vortex. If you wanna use Fiona on field DPS, this is the skill for you. 12 seconds cooldown. Skill treated like a discharge and skill itself. Very good combination with Claudia Matrix. And 5-star Claudia, where she boosts weapon damage skill. Recommended to use on the second sub-skill slot, so you can use on whatever weapon you have. Torrential Force. Treat skill like a discharge, so we can buff and charge. Good for any team DPS and amazing for Frost team, where we learned that if you play in Icarus team, discharge is important and you can trigger 1-star Icarus effect, and depends on your element team, you may bring the skill for slot 1 or 2 because skill reset after Fiona discharge. Maelstrom, on-field long-term DPS, because you lose the buff if you switch the weapon, and because of the Fiona trait, which I will explain later, only recommended for physical team like Umi. Aqua Shackles. You can trap enemy and debuff, good CC ability, good way to go if you wanna play Fiona like a support healer, plus if you play in the healer, you can link to your friend for more damage. Your friend Whale DPS will love you so much, and of course they will claim, look at my damage, I'm the best. Bro, don't forget about the great support healers, alright? Wellspring. Buff great for the Vault and Tianlang team, where you have a good HP. His mechanism boosts your HP, and that's the only team who can grab second stack easy. Deal damage, iframes, burst heal, and depends what resonance you play, you have a different passive. For DPS or balance, important notice, your discharge needs to hit the target. you cannot jump cancel. I like this way because having rotation and you can cancel half of your animation or skill ruin experience in my opinion. Fortitude, you increase your resistance, you can stack up to 5 times. And Benediction, you can heal all your team with Discharge now instead of only yourself. Plus you can give them block shield on damage once. Great for the strong bosses where they have some special attack that may one-shot your full team and can stack too, so your next Discharge can even heal more. A1, every time you use the skill or the Discharge, you can get the crystal, max to 5 every 6 seconds, 1 will disappear. Depending on how many crystal you have, you gain final damage increase, which mean again can be used for the rainbow team or any element and increase your healing too. She works fine at A0, so if you are in the low in resources, you can easily stop an A0 just for skill combination. You won't use her for the main DPS, just for the buff and skill combo. Do you remember Obliterator from the Void Abyss? That works similar, low HP finisher, so when you reach a certain HP you can one-shot in the next hit only by Fiona weapon duo and you need 5 crystal. No Benediction resonance is a 7% of the max HP and Benediction 12. 5-star, upgrade your crystal mechanics from 6 seconds to 12. Now to lose the 1 crystal, that's big. That will make easier during the combat. You can keep the crystal longer. Plus, if you have at least 3 crystal, block fatal damage, consuming 3 crystal, 25 seconds cooldown. And A6, just buff damage, and thanks to 5-star you can have longer buff. Matrix, best matrices in the game right now. If you are the healer, Fiona is a must. Recommended order for the healers, get A1 first, then you going for the 4-piece matrix and then more advancements if you can still afford. If you wanna be legendary healer, get that 4-piece matrix Fiona. No joke. 2-piece doesn't have a background effect, but this is persist buff, so you can actually put this on anyone. 30 seconds buff, it's enough to rotate very easily. Only 1 hit if we compare to the lean matrix, and buff stay longer. 4-piece has a background effect. If no Benediction, then using sub skill give you the buff. And now is a big for healers, using the sub skill give you the half buff, but you can buff your full team. If you have a Fiona in the team, this trait is really good pick. Best for the Fiona comps, where you focus on the DPS team. So the trait increase your final damage and enhance Fiona sub skill. Now elemental damage buff increase even more. Increase damage skill. This is for Fiona DPS. This skill only increase skill damage, but now thanks to the trait you can increase discharge damage as well. This is the answer to why this skill is good for physical team. Boost even more damage if you deal physical damage. CC 5 seconds and more debuff, only for Benediction. And this one is only for Fortitude. Vol team doesn't have a tank, so this could be only useful for really dedicated flame tank comps with the high HP build, and you can boost more your resistance. Fiona team and skill recommendation. For the fire team, Hydro focus on the first skill, and the second you can go Wellspring, which that mean in rotation you focus on the Ana dodge attack most of the time. Or there is another rotation which you could use Torrential Force, which is nice combo as well. Unga Bunga Lan, which I will show you rotation in another video. Disco Vol team, where your main DPS Fenrir. Frost team really like Fiona. Charge skill and discharge is a really amazing combo. Physical team where Umi will be almost all the time on the field. Claudia joined the standard pool, so it's good to get more star on the Claudia for more damage. On field DPS Fiona team, this is very high investment team to work. I don't recommend play this team where you have only 1 star or less. Same here, get Claudia as much as you can. If you pull A6 lane, you can try with the A1 Fiona. Benediction, get A0 Fiona and then focus to get her 4-piece Matrix. Then more advancements if you can afford. 1 star Lyra, and for third you can go anyone.